Richard Naller last updated 1547 the 8th of August 2018. Getty Images. Toro Itahu Rangi, left, and Aaron Smith run through drills during an All Blacks training session in June. Getty Images. Blues lock Patrick Tupolitu is due to make his comeback for Auckland after suffering a shoulder injury in Super Rugby. All Blacks coach Steve Hansen said he'd been very pleased with Tupolitu's attitude during his recovery. Getty Images. All Blacks number 6 Liam Squire is tackled by Wallabies halfback Will Genia during the test in Sydney last year. Getty Images. VAEA Fifita has been told to concentrate on building his confidence in the number 6 jersey for Wellington. Getty Images. Blues forward Akira Owain made one appearance for the All Blacks against a French 15 in Lyon last year. Getty Images. Crusaders duo Matt Todd and Ryan Crotty pose with the Super Rugby trophy after their 37-18 win over the Lions. Anthony O'Young. Getty Images. Would Beauden Barrett be better off shifting to full-back to allow Richie Mo'unga to take over playmaking duties? Rugby. Attempting to connect the selection dots ahead of a Rugby World Cup is an exercise fraught with danger. Injuries, contracts with overseas clubs. Anyone remember what happened with Charles Piutau in 2015? Shonky form and the sudden arrival of show-stopping talent can force the All Blacks selectors to alter their plans ahead of a global tournament. Given less than 14 months remain until the All Blacks meet the Springboks in their opening World Cup Pool B game at International Stadium Yokohama in Japan, it's timely to start trying to figure out who may, or may not, feature in the event. It's best to start with what we already know, and work back from there. Fred Moore, the real Super Rugby 15 Hansen right about Wallabies Pulu cleared to play for Wallabies Hansen's underdog claim. Tripe Hansen must be open to change on Monday. All Blacks coach Steve Hansen revealed his 33-man squad for the Rugby Championship as the picturesque Waihoura Rugby Club south of Christchurch. Past history proves it would be nonsense to interpret these selections as being cast in iron for the World Cup. But, clearly, the selection panel of Ian Foster, Grant Fox and Hansen are tightening the net around potential starters for the defense of the Webb Ellis Cup. Add feedback. When the All Blacks revealed their Rugby Championship squad in 2014, just over a year out from the World Cup in England and Wales, the basic framework of the group that would travel north was already settled. Then it was just a matter of adding the final touches. Of the 35 players who participated in that championship, 2 extras were added as injury cover. 26 were required for the 2015 World Cup. Among those not invited to attend the global tournament were Israel Dagg, Corey Jane, Ryan Crotty, Stephen Luatua, Jeremy Thrush, Patrick Tupolitu, Nathan Harris and Piutau. Aaron Cruden was unable to be selected because of a serious knee injury. The All Blacks' attention to detail when building player depth is well documented. This is what we know so far. Halfbacks for hire. Toro Itahu Rangi continues to be favored as the third halfback behind Aaron Smith and TJ Perenara. If all goes to plan, Tahu Rangi has the inside running ahead of Augustine Pulu, Brad Weber, Bryn Hall and Mitchell Drummond ahead of the World Cup. That's if the selectors don't lean towards picking just 2 halfbacks. Hansen compared the uncapped Tahu Rangi's passing game to that of Smith, the man who can unleash bullets with his strong wrist action. Fast ball is crucial to this team. It's a tough time to be a fringe lock. Sam Whitelock and Brodie Retallick are certainties, subject to fitness, for the Japan trip next year. On current form you couldn't go past Scott Barrett, either. And that makes 3, which was how many locks were included in the last World Cup squad. In 2015 Luke Romano traveled as the third second rower, earning 2 starts in pool play. Victor Vito, a loose forward capable of being very good at the front of the lineout, was preferred on the bench in the sudden death games. Patrick Tupolitu will soon represent Auckland, having been ruled out of the recent series against France because of a shoulder injury, and Hansen made it clear he has been very pleased with his attitude during his recovery. Romano has missed selection. The uncapped Tom Franklin is playing in Japan until end of the year, and his Highlanders teammate in the second row, Jackson Himopo, is now being groomed as a blindside flanker for the tests. It's not much of a picnic at blindside flanker. Either the pig hunter called Squid, known to many as Liam Squire, has owned the number 6 jersey since Jerome Cano declared he was off to the Toulon club in France. Squire's cohorts at the Highlanders, Shannon Frizzell and Imopo, are banking up to have a shot at the position, and the latter pair could get a starter's number against Argentina in Nelson and Buenos Aires. The Crusaders' Jordan Taufua, who broke his arm in the Super Rugby semi-final, was selected for the French series in June but was ruled out with a calf strain. His time is expected to come again. Luke Whitelock, who started all 3 tests against France while number 8 and captain Kieran Reid recovered from spinal surgery, can also cover blindside flanker. And don't forget Vaea Fifita, who played 7 tests last year, is lacking confidence, says Hansen. A lock for the Hurricanes, Fifita has been omitted from the Rugby Championship squad and will continue to do his apprenticeship at number 6 for Wellington, the position he will play at during tests, if given another shot. Hansen indicated Fifita, if he can put in some strong performances at blindside flanker, presumably, could be back for the Northern Tour of Japan and Europe later in the year. It's a similar story for Hurricanes second 5/8 Nani Laumape. He will stay in the All Black squad for the first 2 Bledisloe Cup tests until Sonny Bill Williams has recovered from a shoulder injury. Then it's back to Manawatu for Laumape, who has been told he needs to help his playmakers more. The Akira Owain question. Loose forward Owain's sole appearance for the All Blacks was as a substitute against a French 15 in Lyon in November. Hansen and co invited Owain to train with the test squad during the French series, and have now released him to Auckland. Fast, big and capable of doing a lot with the ball, Owain had a confidential conversation with Hansen about what he must happen if he's to prove to the national selectors that he deserves a recall. If Owain gets his attitude right, and can be consistent, there's hope for him, you would imagine. What becomes of those who yearn for the yen? Crusaders number 7 Matt Todd and fullback wing Israel Dag will now skip the Mitre 10 Cup to play for Japanese clubs before returning for the Super Rugby pre-season. Todd, if Sam Cane or Artie Sevilla suffer serious injuries ahead of the World Cup, is at short odds to attend his first tournament. Dag's job could be tougher. The talent just keeps loading up in the back 3. Injured props Kane Hames, Nepo Laula and Atu Moli, and back rower Taufua couldn't be considered for the Rugby Championship squad because of injuries. Will the All Blacks selectors heed Ronan O'Gara's advice and shift Beauden Barrett to fullback to accommodate Richie Mo'unga at first 5/8? It's a good conversation starter, but for heaven's sakes don't go putting a wager on it happening anytime soon. You've been warned. The All Blacks have invested more time in Damien McKenzie, a chap capable of playing at full-back, and he was pretty good at first 5 in the 3rd test against the French in Dunedin. Expect him to be on the bench in the test against the Wallabies next weekend, with Barrett wearing number 10. Mo'unga's time will come. Stuff.